Hello students, hope you all are well and doing hard work at home. Students, yesterday we have completed the topic long run cost curves and today our topic is concepts of revenue. In this we will discuss total revenue, total cost approach, marginal revenue, marginal cost approach. In this we will discuss first of all key terms. Students, first key term is market. When you go to the shopping places like Hallgate, Putli Ghar to purchase any commodities like shoes, any kind of dress, any grocery material you want to purchase, then you visit these kind of markets. In another places, in other cities also, like an art place it's there, Sarojini market it is there. These are the places where we can purchase the commodities that can satisfy our wants, our needs, that is known as a market. So market is a place where many buyers and sellers meet with each other and exchange the goods for money. So a market is any place where makers, distributors or retailers sell and consumers buy the things. Now in the market what you can see? Shops, makers, distributors, agents, retailers, share brokers, cobblers, beauty parlor, consumers, grocers, traders, barbers, number of other people and number of other things like hawkers, vendors you can see in the market. So hope you are having clarity about the market. Now why the firms produces? The firm produces its products with a view to sell it in the market. Receipts from the sale, that is known as a revenue. So the students, let's understand the word revenue with the help of an example. Like see, it's a producer. Producer sell LED in the market. The production cost of, per unit production cost of LED is rupees 12,000. And when the producer sell this LED in the market, its selling price set by the producer is 15,000. So the consumer will pay 15,000 to the producer. And when the producer deduct 12,000 from this 15,000, he will get the revenue of rupees 3,000. This is the profit of the producer. Now students, next we can say that revenue means income. So total revenue, first of all, a firm is selling 20,000 pen drives at a price of rupees 500 each. And the firm's total revenue will be rupees 1 crore. When we will multiply quantity with price, we will get the answer for this. So total revenue is equals to the price multiplied by the units sold. Total revenue of the producer, it is nothing but it is equals to the expenditure done by the buyers on the pen drive. Done students? Now next term is average revenue. Suppose average revenue, first of all, it is the per unit revenue for the commodity sold. Done? Per unit revenue means per piece of the commodity, that is the average revenue. Per piece whatever revenue we can derive from the commodity, that is known as a average revenue. So average revenue, it is nothing but it is a price. Average revenue, how to calculate? That is total revenue divided by quantity. Quantity we are denoted by Q. A firm's total revenue from the sale of pen drives was, we have calculated above in the total revenue, that is 1 crore. So total pen drives quantity was 20,000. So now how we will calculate? Total revenue we have calculated 1 crore divided by the total quantity of the pen drives. Done? So we will get 500 rupees. So average revenue is rupees 500, and you know that the price of the pen drive was also 500. Per piece pen drive was rupees 500. So average revenue we can say it is equals to price. Here price it is denoted by P. So average revenue it is equals to total revenue divided by quantity, and total revenue it is equals to price multiplied by quantity. When quantity cancelled, so we will get the price P. So average revenue it is equals to price. Marginal revenue. Now suppose a firm's total revenue from the sale of 20,000 pen drive we have calculated in the previous example, that is 1 crore. When each pen drive cost was 500. Now, if the firm sells 5,000 more pen drives, then the revenue to the firm is 25,000 pen drives multiplied by 500. 25,000 is the number of pen drives now. In 20,000 we have added 5,000 more. That's why now the quantity of the pen drives produced it is 25,000, and it is multiplied by 500, that is the cost of each pen drive. Now here the total revenue now becomes, it is 12 crore 5 lakh. Then now so from the sale of 25,000 pen drives, total revenue is equals to rupees 12 crore 5 lakhs. So I am going to give the name, it is TR2, that is the nth commodity. And from the sale of 20,000 pen drives, total revenue was 1 crore. So marginal revenue it is TRN minus TRN minus 1. So we will fill the value of TRN, and here it is 12 crore 5 lakh minus 1 crore. So we will get 25 lakh. So this is the marginal revenue from the selling of the additional product. Then so marginal revenue is a net addition to the total revenue when one more unit of a commodity is sold. Now next one is, we will discuss relationship between average revenue, total revenue and marginal revenue. Now students, I have having a hypothetical table here. Q it is quantity, P is price, TR is total revenue. Total revenue it is equals to price multiplied by quantity. So average revenue it is equals to total revenue divided by quantity. From here also you can see average revenue it is equals to price, and when we have to calculate the average revenue, quantity will shift it towards the left side, so we can get the formula of average revenue, total revenue divided by quantity. Now marginal revenue it is equals to total revenue of nth commodity minus total revenue from the n minus 1th commodity. So when the quantity produced was 1, the price was rupees 10, and total revenue was also 10. 10 multiplied by 1, 10, and average revenue 10 divided by 1. Total revenue it is 10 divided by quantity 1 will give you 10, and marginal revenue same, whatever it is the total revenue, that is the marginal revenue when only one unit it is produced. Now second one is when we are having two commodities, production of two commodities, price fallen down 10 to 9, and total revenue it is 2 9s are 18, and average revenue how we can calculate, 18 divided by the quantity produced, it is equals to 9. As you can see, the price remains the same as the average revenue, both the columns of price and average revenue. Now how we can calculate marginal revenue? Total revenue of the second commodity, second unit of the commodity produced, 18 minus 10 will give you 8. Next one is when 3 units of commodities are produced, then price was rupees 8. Next one is total revenue. 8 3s are 24, and average revenue 24 divided by 3 is equals to 8, and marginal revenue 24 minus 18 will give you 6. In this way we can calculate all the total revenue, average revenue and marginal revenue. Then now as you see that as the production increases with the firm, price continuously falls. There is a fall in price continuously. Then and marginal revenue also falling. Total revenue increases up to 6th point only. After that, if the producer will continue with the production, then what will happen? There is a lesser total revenue and marginal revenue will become 0, because per unit cost continuously decreasing, and this per unit cost will decrease continuously, and the producer will produce at the maximum point of the TR, that is with the 6 units of production, and in that case marginal revenue it is equals to 0. If the producer will again give the production beyond this 6th unit, then the producer will be in loss, because you can see that marginal revenue for every additional product it is -2. So let us discuss this with the help of a diagram. On the x-axis we will measure the units sold, means quantity, and on the y-axis we will measure revenue. This diagram we will compare in 2 panels, because we have to make the comparison between total revenue, average revenue and marginal revenue. Now see here students, when I will mark the points for TR first, quantity 1, that is here, and total revenue it is equals to 10. So mark the point here 10. 1 unit of production, 10 total revenue. Done. Now next one is 10 into 1, 10. So total revenue, quantity multiplied by the price. Now next one is when 2 units of production are there, price is 9, total revenue 18. So at 2 we will mark the point 18 for the total revenue. Done. Now when 3 units of production are there, then total revenue it is of 24. Then 3 units pay, we will mark the point here 24, this one. Done. In this way we will mark all the points for the total revenue and join with the pen, and we will get this kind of curve for the total revenue. Here at 6th unit of production, total revenue it is maximum, that is 30. Total revenue it is 30, and after this total revenue starts falling. Then now next one is, let us compare it with the average revenue and marginal revenue. First of all we will mark the points for average revenue, 10 for 1 unit of production and 9 for 2 units of production. 1, 10 units of production. In marginal revenue 1.10 units of production, and average revenue also for 1, 10 units of production. In the average revenue for the second unit, 18 units of production are there. Second point, second unit, that is second 9 units. So mark the point at 9. This is average revenue. And marginal revenue for second unit of production it is 8. In the same way, when 3 units of production are there, output it is of 3 units, then marginal revenue it is of 6 and average revenue it is of 8. When 4 units of production are there, then marginal revenue is 4 and average revenue it is 7. In this way you will mark all the points and join the points. You will get a marginal revenue curve downward falling and average revenue curve also downward falling. But you see marginal revenue curve, it is below the average revenue curve. The reason is this one: average revenue curve is the per unit cost of production. Average revenue cannot be 0 and average revenue cannot touch the x-axis, because if the average revenue it is 0, it means that the producer is giving the commodity free of cost. Free sale it is there for the commodity in the market. So average revenue can never be 0. Marginal revenue can be 0, because with the production of additional units of any commodity, the marginal revenue continuously declines, and a point reach when no need of additional production because of no demand in the market, and so marginal revenue becomes 0 and total revenue it is maximum at 6 point. So you can see this line shows a maximum point of TR. When TR at its maximum, marginal revenue becomes 0. This is a point of saturation. Done. Now next one is when TR maximum, after that TR starts falling and MR becomes negative after the 6th unit. Done. So this is the relationship between average revenue, marginal revenue and total revenue. Now revenue curves under monopoly. The word monopoly means single seller. Mono, single, poly, seller. Monopoly, single seller. Like I can give you the examples for monopoly. Indian Railways, RBI for printing notes, Punjab State Electricity Board. These are the examples of monopoly. They are the single sellers. Done. And they can take any decision according to the demand. They can increase the price of their product and they can decrease the price of their product. When they can, they will increase the price of their product, and when they will not increase the price of their product, these points we will discuss in this detail. Now see here, in this table, it's again a hypothetical table. Q is a quantity, number of units produced, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Price, it is with the increase in production continuously declines. Total revenue, price into quantity. 10 multiplied by 1 will give you 10. 9 multiplied by 2 will give you 18. 8 multiplied by 3 will give you 24. 4 multiplied by 7 will give you 28. 5 multiplied by 6 will give you 30. In this way you will calculate average revenue also. Average revenue first the same as the price, and then 9, 18 divided by 2 it becomes 9, 24 divided by 3 it will 8, and then 7, 30 divided by 5 6, 30 divided by 6 5. So 28 divided by 7 will give you 4. Now marginal revenue 18 minus 10 from the total revenue. Then 24 minus 18 6. 28 minus 24 4. 30 minus 28 2. 30 minus 30 will give you 0. 28 minus 30 will give you minus 2. So now the monopolist having no close substitute in the market, so he knows the value of his product. He will take the decision according to the stock available with him. If he want to earn the profit, he is having two ways to increase the profit. Either he will increase the prices of its product or decrease the prices of his product. If he will increase the prices of his products, it means that stock it is limited. with the monopolist, so the supply it is limited. So in order to control the demand, he will increase the supply of his increase the price of his product by limited supply. Then other way, if he wants to increase the profit, because now he is having a stock in bulk, he will reduce the prices of his product and give maximum supply in the market. In this way also the monopolist can increase his profit. Then as you see, quantity increased, prices decreased. Total revenue also increased, but up to a certain point. When we will reach the 6th point, marginal revenue becomes 0, and average revenue, it can never be 0. It is falling, but it will not become 0, because it is the per unit price of a commodity, and the marginal revenue, it is derived from the production of additional unit of the commodity. So we can say that monopoly means single seller in the market with no close substitute. Substitute here means tea, coffee, Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up, Airtel, Idea, Vodafone even. When we can change the commodity with an ease in place of the other commodity, that is known as a substitution. Now, monopoly curve is less elastic, means it is steeper. Firm can change the price of its product to earn the profit. Now, what is the meaning of less elastic? Less elastic means there is a less chances to make any change, because as the producer is knowing that he is the single seller in the market, then and he knows the value of his product. Consumer also knows the value of his product, and if the consumer is needy, he will purchase this commodity at a higher prices also. Then so there are little bit chances for this product which is having a monopoly in the market. At any prices the consumers are ready to purchase that product. So this is the meaning of less elastic, means there are little bit chances to make any change in case of demand or in case of supply. Then so average revenue curve and the marginal revenue curves are steeper or less elastic in case of monopoly. Producers equilibrium. Now with the help of total revenue and total cost approach, we will discuss the total revenue and total cost approach. First of all, we will again take the hypothetical schedule. Here the quantity, it is continuously increasing production of the commodities. Total revenue also increases with the increase in production. Total cost, firstly it will increase, then starts decreasing beyond a certain limit. As you know that larger firms can produce more because they are having many internal economies that we have discussed in the previous chapter. Now see, we will plot these points on the x-axis. Quantity, when production it is of 1 unit, total revenue was of 2 and total cost of 5 units. Then now next one is when quantity it is of 2 units of production are there, then total revenue it is 4 and total cost it is of 6. Now when we will plot the quantity along the horizontal axis and total revenue and total cost from the vertical axis, then now we can derive the total revenue from the distance between the total revenue and total cost curves. See, when we will mark all the points for total cost and total revenue curve. See, this is our total cost curve and this is our straight line origin to upward. This is our total revenue curve. When we will get this total revenue curve and total cost approach, we can discuss. So firstly, you see that this is also a break-even point and this is also a break-even point. Before this discussion, I want to clear you one thing. Any producer, he will produce the commodity and give the supply in the market till the point the revenue with the producer it is more than the total variable cost. Total variable cost means the payments given to the variable factors like raw materials, wages. If the total revenue to the producer it will not cover the total variable cost, then the producer will not continue with the production. Done. So here you can see total cost it is here in the beginning at point 4 and total revenue it is 0. Fixed factors of production it is here. Expenditure incurred on the land, building, once incurred, never returned. Okay. Now next one is when the total cost was with 1 unit of production, it was of 5. Then total revenue was of 2. Again the producer he is in loss. Next, with the increase in production, the 2 units, total revenue increased to 4 and total cost it is up to 6 points. When production reaches to 3rd unit, you see total revenue and total cost both are equal here, 6. Total revenue also 6, total cost also 6. So this is the break-even point. Before this break-even point, producer was in loss. As the production expands or the size of the firm expands, the total cost of production starts declining and revenue starts increasing. Now from here, producer starts earning profits. Now every time he will produce some extra units of production. At 4, total cost it is ₹5 and total revenue it is 8. In the same way, when we will continue marking these points, you see the difference between total cost and total revenue curves. This is your revenue curve and this is your total cost curve. It starts increasing. So this full area from first break-even point to second break-even point, this full area it is your profit. TR is the profit. This is your production. This much of rupees the producer will give to the productive factors and this much it is left with the producer as a profit. Then now next one is, in this case both points are considered as the break-even point because at both the points producer gets profit. Producer is getting profit at both the points. So both the points in this. One criticism for this TRTC approach is that it ignores per unit cost. It ignores the per unit cost and it considers the total cost and total revenue only. So ON is the losses to the firm. ON. These are up to this level, these are losses to the firm. And if the firm will continue production after OQ level, even then the producer will earn the losses. So the maximum profit with the producer is at point OM. Even after OM also till OQ point, the producer can earn profit. No doubt the rate of profit it is lesser till point Q. Up till point M, maximum profits are there. So in the TR-TC approach, we can see the difference between the TR and TC curve in order to estimate the maximum profit. But in a bigger industries, it is very difficult to find the difference between TR and TC. So this is the weak point of this approach, and moreover this approach ignores the per unit cost also. Now next one is producer's equilibrium with the help of marginal revenue and marginal cost approach. See, I have having again hypothetical table. This is quantity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here marginal revenue remains the same. When marginal revenue remains the same, it means that it is a case of perfectly competitive market under which homogeneous products are there with availability of close substitutes. Now this is your marginal cost. In the perfectly competitive market, homogeneous products, you can take potatoes. In Punjab there are large number of producers for the potatoes. If one or two producers can't give the production of potatoes in mandis, then mandis will not affect it by these two producers, because there are large number of sellers and large number of buyers also there in the perfectly competitive markets. Now next one is marginal cost. This is also given marginal cost. Marginal cost, firstly it declines and start rising again after some point. When I have drawn these points, I have got this kind of marginal cost curve. See, in the marginal cost curve, we are having 2 points of intersection. Straight line, that is 11. This is the price of the commodity, rupees 11. At all the levels of production, price remains constant, and that's why average revenue is constant and marginal revenue is also constant, and we will get a straight line parallel to the x-axis. So here MR is equal to AR is equals to price, even is equals to demand also. Now next one is at point K, MC curve and MR curve both are equal. So this is the first condition of the marginal revenue and marginal cost approach. Second is marginal cost curve cuts the marginal revenue curve from above. This condition not satisfied, because second condition according to the marginal revenue and marginal cost approach is that marginal cost curve will cut the marginal revenue curve from below. See, marginal cost curve cuts the marginal revenue curve from below, and moreover at point T, marginal revenue and marginal cost curves both are equal. So the area NM, when the production was of 2 units till 5 units, the producer can earn the profits. But before this, there are losses. Both sides there are losses. First point we will not consider as an equilibrium point, because it is not satisfy the conditions of marginal cost and marginal revenue approach. Second condition, that marginal cost curve cuts the marginal revenue curve from below, but here it is cuts the marginal revenue curve from above. That's why conditions, both the conditions are not satisfied. We will not take it as a equilibrium point. Done. Now next one is, as we know earlier, marginal revenue is the net addition to the total revenue. So second point is the equilibrium point, and this is a profit with the producer, this area from K to T. Done. Now next one is, a firm will be in equilibrium when it earns maximum profits. Profits are maximum when MR is equal to MC. two conditions. First one is MR is equal to MC and MC cuts MR from below. So second point T, you can see both the conditions are satisfied. MR is equal to MC, then and MC cuts the MR curve from below. Then now next one is at point K, firm's profit start and firm will see that till how much production it can increase its profit. So K is not the equilibrium point, as only one condition satisfied here, that is MC is equal to MR. At point T, both conditions are satisfied and MC is equal to MR. MC cuts the MR curve from below. Firm can expand output till 5th unit. Only 5 units of production can be with the firm. After this, the firm can earn losses. Then now next one is producer's equilibrium when price falls as more output is sold. Now see the hypothetical table first. Quantity, marginal cost, price, total revenue, average revenue and marginal revenue. Then so firstly we have calculated total revenue with price into quantity. Then average revenue we have calculated, that is 7 divided by 1 7, 12 divided by 2 6, and marginal revenue 7 for the first production, first unit of production. 12 minus 7 will give you 5, 15 minus 12 will give you 3. So in this way we can calculate marginal revenue, and marginal cost it is given here. Then now next one is when I have plotted these points, output on the x-axis and MC and MR on the y-axis, I have got this kind of figure: marginal revenue and marginal cost. Marginal revenue and marginal cost curve. See, this is yours marginal revenue, 1 unit of production, 7 marginal revenue, and marginal cost also remains the same, that is 7. Next one is at 2 units of production, marginal cost is of 3 and marginal revenue it is of 3. Then marginal revenue at 2 units of production, that is 12 5 it is. Now next one is 3 units of production, 3 3 both are, marginal revenue also 3, marginal cost also 3. Once again please look at 1 unit of production, marginal revenue it is 7 and marginal cost it is also 7. 2 units of production, marginal cost 2.7 and marginal revenue it is of 5. At 3 units of production, marginal cost also 3, marginal revenue is also 3. So after this again we will mark the points at 4th units of production, that is marginal revenue, the value of the marginal revenue it is 1 and marginal cost it is equals to 3.7. So when we will join these points we can get the marginal revenue and marginal cost curves. You can see here that at the 3 units of production, marginal cost, quantity and marginal revenue all are same. So this is our equilibrium point where marginal cost and marginal revenue both are same, and moreover marginal cost curve cuts the marginal revenue curve from below. See, you can previous figure it is lesser and marginal revenue it is more. That's why marginal cost curve will cut the marginal revenue curve from below. Then now next one is, if the producer will continue his production from unit 3 onward, then it will be advised to the firm to cut down its production as MC is greater than MR. Marginal cost is more than marginal revenue, you can see here. Producer can sell more by lowering the prices equilibrium position at point B. Done. Here. Now next one is where MR is equal to MC and MC cuts the MR from below. You can see from here MC cuts the MR curve from below. Done. Now next one is producer can increase its profit till third unit of output after any addition to the cost will give losses to the producer as after point OQ1 marginal revenue it is lesser than marginal cost. So profit will reduce after OQ1 below the point OQ1. Below the point means 1 unit or 2 unit of production revenue it is there, profit it is there for the additional production to the producer, but after this there is no profit. So below the point OQ1 marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost. Units of output which could have added more to the firm's revenue than to its cost would not have been produced. So profits would be smaller. I mean to say here that if I will stop my production here only, but my investment it is till this point, then it means that this unit factors, variable factor remains unutilized and it can affect my profit. Mine is producer's profit. That's why producer will continue till the marginal cost and marginal revenue equals to each other. So producer will produce up to the point.
Students, note down the homework. Use examples and diagrams to explain the following terms: average revenue, total revenue and marginal revenue. Question number 2. Diagrammatically explain the relationship between TR, AR and MR. Question number 3. Explain the relationship between AR and MR under different market situations. Use diagram. Question number 4. Diagrammatically explain TR, TC approach, marginal revenue and marginal cost approach by using examples and tables, and go through the links that I have given below.